Hey everybody, it's Raina coming to you with an update video. I want to thank everybody for the overwhelming response to my first video about why my business is dying. And I filmed that video to be transparent about these things, and because I believe our community likes to focus on hiding failures and challenges and kind of posturing and pretending things are great when they're not. When instead, when we bring light to these things, we can help solve things and we can empower other people who are experiencing similar, and it can also help folks understand how to prepare for something like this too. So I have a lot of things I want to say about that video and the response to it, and you're going to see that I actually wrote myself notes because it's really important to me that I stay on track and I don't do my usual Raina thing where I go off on a side tangent and have to edit the heck out of it. But also I just have like some very specific things and pieces of information I want to share with you. So I am going to be looking at my notes for this video. So thank you so much for joining us here. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get notified. And today we're going to talk about how I plan to save my mermaid business. I was always planning to do this follow-up video right from when I first filmed the first video about my business failing. So it was kind of interesting to me to have the kind of reaction that I got from everybody, knowing that I had this video planned down the road. So I wasn't expecting people to be so upset on my behalf. So I wanted to clarify a few things and share with you the way I plan to save my business. While this change was very unexpected and threw a loop into my normal business plan, I am actually not sad about it. So when you watch that video and I'm talking about the frustrations and things, I am actually not sad. The immediate situation itself is stressful, but it's actually a kind of relief because it made clearer for me my own priorities, and it made some decisions for me that I was having trouble making for myself. So the way I'm viewing this is an unexpected opportunity to reformat my side hustle into a way that better aligns with my current stage of life. If you didn't know it, at the time of filming this video, I am 38. I am a mom to a toddler, and I do not have a lot of support in taking care of my toddler. In fact, one of the reasons my YouTube kind of went downhill for a little bit is because I had to work full-time, 40-hour weeks, and do my mermaid business on the side without any childcare. So I was working from home remotely, doing like 12, 14-hour days because I needed to juggle my child as well because I didn't have any help. I managed chronic illness, and I just had a major life-changing surgery. And I actually do have a really fulfilling day job. If you didn't know, I create training for pilots for my day job. I'm an instructional designer. I have a background in education and training. I get to do a little bit of VR and simulation work. I get to do a little bit of research and development into AI, and I really, really enjoy my day job. It's very fulfilling. So I'm not in a phase in my life where I need this business to be my full-time business. So I want to clarify to folks that I appreciate all the ideas you've been giving me, but I don't actually want to go back to the grind of the way my business was. That format worked for me when I was younger. It does not work for me now. And I'm not interested right now in trying to save my business by hitting the grind. I don't want to hit the ground running and try to work even harder for more scraps of potential gigs. This small business that was meant to empower me, it's going to become a money hemorrhaging chore that eats up all my free time and energy if I go that route. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm sure there's people who are disappointed in that. Even some of my friends have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad you've done this for 10 years. I just hate to see you give up. I'm not giving up. I'm changing my format, but I can't do it that way. That's not sustainable for me. So here is my plan for overhauling my business, focusing more on what is actually working right now and investing only in the type of work that I want to do. Like I said, this is not my full-time gig. It was for years, but in 2019, it was 2017, I decided at the end of the year to make the decision to go back into full-time work because I wanted the insurance. I wanted to be able to take sick days. I wanted to be able to plan vacations. I wanted to be able to say no to some of the gigs. When you're making this your full-time living, you can't really say no. You have to take the work when it comes, and it's very feast and famine, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. I wanted stability. So I transitioned to working full-time again, doing my mermaid work on the side, and I was able to expand my team, train more people, have more offerings because I did that. So, the supplemental income and the opportunities that I get through my mermaid business actually help me a lot in life, especially in the current economy, and they also make my life magic. I get to do amazing opportunities and things. My only pressure here in moving forward is making sure that I am breaking even on my current expenses and turn around to make a profit again. So I have got some catch-up work to do in that regard because of these recent difficulties. To do that, I have to look at first at my expenses and how they line up with the work I did and the work I now want to do. How will it change? Can I lower these expenses? The operating costs, what it costs to run this business. And the answer is yes. Prior to the issues with these pools, the main way my company made money was through kids' parties. Everything else was secondary income, and those parties would only continue to be sustainable if venues are affordable and I could find enough merfolk to contract out so that it wouldn't fall only on my shoulders to keep the business moving. I am going to take a little sidebar here on that topic. I want to take a pause to tell you that all of you folks who do your mermaid work solo, you're actually really setting yourself up for burnout and potential loss because the business can't continue if you can't. If you have to take time off because you're unwell, need a surgery, you want to start a family, or even go on vacation, you want your business set up in a way that it can keep moving forward without you being present and needing to be present to do every little thing. If there's interest, I can do another video about the pros and cons and all the different things I've learned through my experiences of subcontracting other merfolk and wranglers. So let me know if you're interested in that, and I will make another video on that. Let's get back into this. How am I going to save things? This format worked for me for almost a decade, but now, with lack of venues and reliable people to hire, it's no longer a sustainable way to make money. So what is making me money right now, and what has the potential to make me money right now while allowing me to be creative? YouTube is making me money. YouTube is giving me opportunities for success and growth right now. YouTube is giving me free supports, mentoring, and networking. Through this mentoring, I am now creating a YouTube specific business plan to help me escalate the income and also integrate my YouTube with other passive income streams. With a little elbow grease and the right support, I can get this to a point where things are a bit more automated and I can worry less about creator burnout on my end and no access to the pools. I want YouTube to get to a point where I'm making money from it without me always having to be on the go, at the helm, or present. My expenses involved with this kind of approach are much lower than my expenses for doing kids' parties. I'm not going to share fully right away how I plan to do all this. My business plan is still a work in progress, but I'll be giving a workshop that touches on all of this at the California Mermaid Convention. And also, because my business plan is currently in progress, I'm going back and forth with my mentor. You know, she's helping me figure out certain things and solve certain things. But under this umbrella of YouTube, consider all of my online monetization and my income streams, and let's put that into one corner. That is the big pillar of my business. I plan to get my PADI certification for instructor and join up with a local scuba shop to specifically provide instructions for kids, as it's an open area for us right now, and that's where I have a lot of experience. This is a really good pillar, but it comes with a couple of trip ups in that I'm having trouble accessing the training. So hey, if you're a PADI instructor who is qualified to train mermaid instructors and you might be able to make it to Nova Scotia, or you're going to be somewhere close by that isn't unreasonable for me to travel to, please let me know. But it's a good pillar, but it's still limited on my own physical availability and my own wellness. I'm viewing it as additional revenue and work, but not the main source. My final pillar is still going to be bookings. However, I'm going to change how I'm doing these. No longer will I be an agency that does all the work for booking and subcontracting the merfolks and covers all the costs. Instead, I want to be a freelance mermaid again. I'm about to dramatically cut my costs by doing this, especially now that we finally have mermaid insurance in my country. I am no longer obligated to insure an entire corporation and everybody under it in order to take gigs. Each mermaid can now get their own PADI mermaid training, and each mermaid can get their own affordable insurance. I will provide my performer info to all the local agencies, which I'm on excellent terms with, and still be able to take the gigs that I want to take that come to me, that I'm capable of taking that come to me. It allows me to keep a few of my standing gigs as long as I want and continue consulting as well in the field. Because of the insurance, I can still offer consultation as I often do for filming. I have a few side projects that I'm not ready to share yet that I know are going to pay off as well. And we're all going to move things into this space of diversified passive income. The one piece of advice I would give anyone owning a mermaid business right now is to really take time to focus on diversifying these passive income channels. Because that passive income is what got my company through COVID and kept the bills paid, and now because I have the tools to build them up, I'm starting to see really big success. So is this gonna work for me? So far, things are going really well. I have to straddle my company with the state that it's in, despite the pool issues, until the fall. Then my insurance contract is up and I can change insurance and I can change my company format. So for now, I still have to deal with that expensive overhead, and we still have some standing gigs too. So I'm using this time to really flesh out my new business plan going forward, get the supports in place so that I can pivot to being more of a content creator. I'm getting a lot out of the process of writing a business plan, and I have to say that too many people start a small business and way too many mermaids without taking the time to write a business plan. You learn so much by doing a business plan, and you set yourself up for success because you figure out so many little things that you wouldn't necessarily think about in the moment, and you're confronted with the strengths and the weaknesses of your company, and you're forced to come up with solutions for them or potential solutions. It makes you look at the finances at a granular level so you can really tell if something's going to make sense or not. And also it helps you figure out support. A lot of the supports available out there for small businesses require a business plan. So I'm getting so much out of that process. You might look at some of these long form videos and see that my views are a bit lower, but I want you to go click on my shorts tab and click popular. I am growing 2 different audiences here on YouTube, and each are connected to their own separate passive income streams, sponsorships, affiliates, and more. Canada also gives out grants for filming, which could fund a few ideas that we have. So even though you're not seeing explosive views on my long form, for long form videos, quality over quantity is what matters with those views. YouTube pays different amounts for different types of views, and the types of views that I get on my long form videos are higher paying than my shorts. So in shorts, I have this massive views, so it is generating a good income amount, and there's so much room for growth there. But with my long form videos, I have like my long-term fans, the people really devoted to me. These are the people that are going to use my affiliate codes. They're also from demographics that YouTube really values for those clicks and views and ad revenue. So actually, even though it sounds contradictory, but even though the views might just be a couple thousand at the end of a month on a long form video like this, and then you're looking at millions on my shorts, they're making about the same amount of money because they value these higher than the shorts. So I don't want you to think that views are everything on YouTube, because they're really not. It is not TikTok. It is not Reels. It is a completely different beast. I really hope you will join my YouTube workshop that I'm putting on at California Mermaid Con, where I'm going to explain this. And if people are interested in this, maybe it's something that I can film as a video to put here on YouTube, or maybe we can have like a little online workshop for people who are interested. So we'll revisit that. So like I said, I'm not going to get too far into the minutia, the details of this whole thing. I just really wanted you wonderful fish to know I appreciate you. And yes, I do have a plan to turn this around so that I can keep being a mermaid and make some money from it. I am more than okay with this change. Who knows if I will ever be able to make a living with a YouTuber? That would be a dream, sure, but it isn't my goal. I actually enjoy my day job. I just want to find a way to make my creativity pay for itself. I don't want to be constantly paying out of pocket to be a mermaid. I want to be able to break even on this and, hey, make a little extra money, because we are living in crazy economic times right now. Anyway, that's a little bit on how I'm going to solve this thing. I will be documenting this process as everything happens. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to talk about the highs and the lows, what's working and what's not working, the problems I'm solving, the problems I'm faced with. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest, because I am Raina Mermaid. This is what I've done ever since I have first become a mermaid. I have always believed in, as I'm climbing that ladder of success, lifting as I climb and helping others to do the same thing. A good leader is not a person who's standing above everyone else, having them admire them. A good leader makes more leaders. And I've always wanted to make this industry more accessible for others. And if I am reaching these issues, yes, I'm reaching them ahead of some people, but you're going to reach them too. And there are all these untapped potential markets out there, all these passive income streams that we can all benefit from, that you just need a couple people to crack it and share that information. And that's what I'm going to do, because hey, that's fishy business. Who knows, it might end up with another book or something down the road, right? So anyway, thank you so much for your support. I hope you found this update helpful. I'm excited to do more for you. We've got the California Mermaid Convention coming up. I have a lot of really cool videos in the works. I'm having a lot of fun with my shorts. Some of them are just little, like, quick behind the scenes. Others are narrative. The narrative ones I'm also cross-posting to Instagram, so you can check out. All my handles are HFX Mermaid. Please join my Facebook group, which is Raina the Mermaid Sea Fans, because I post a lot of updates and personal things in there too. I'd really love to see you there. I'm not trying to sell you stuff or anything. It's just a Facebook group. I'd love to have you. I do represent Mertailor as an affiliate, and you can use my code Raina10, all caps, to get 10% off for Mertailor products. So best wishes, and I'm looking forward to going on this magical new YouTube journey with you. We are almost at the time of recording this at 600,000 subscribers, which is wild.